You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who down with LCS?
Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. I don't know who scheduled this live stream after streaming last night. We did the big 2K celebration last night. Yeah, I don't know why I scheduled back-to-back streams like that, but here we are because it's been a while. It's the end of the month. We do our end of the month giveaway and stuff like that, but hope everybody's doing well this Sunday morning. Thanksgiving week, right? Thanksgiving on Thursday. So looking forward to that. Let's check in. Las Cruces is here. Good morning. Appreciate you being here. Robin is here. Good morning, Robin. John is here. Good morning, John. Watched a little bit of John's stream yesterday morning. Drew, clean treat, cheap shots. Good morning. Just your average geeks, Dave. Yeah, no worries. I know it was funny. Last night there was a bunch of people streaming, a bunch of live streams, a bunch of hangouts. So it's tough to find a spot when somebody isn't live, right? JSS, good morning. Good to see you again. He was hanging out last night with us. Seeking Superman as well. Good morning. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I know you mentioned that, John. You mentioned it was birthday weekend for your daughter, so you were kicked out in the garage. I know yesterday streaming, so I get it. When it's the kid's birthday, they certainly take priority. I definitely understand that. So, Mike is here. Good morning, Mike. I know Mike was live streaming last night. Durs, good morning, Durs. He was hanging out with us for a bit last night, too. Joseph Michael was one of our winners from last night. Sorry, Joe. Yeah, toothache on a Sunday toothache is never good, but certainly when you can't really go to the dentist it makes it even worse. Yeah, it was a great it was a great live stream. Didn't really have anything planned. We were going to do some giveaways, but having the crew we had on, Cliff and Mon Comics, the producer from the Council of Comics. Why am I drawing a blank? Scott, Izzy, 22 hit 1,000 subs last night. So hopefully that sticks for him. Always good to hit that milestone. We had Spidey Powdered Tumblers, Jose jump in, and he wasn't on stream, but he did. He donated some books to do giveaways. So really good stuff. Generous group of people, that came on and gave books away. So really good stuff. Let's see. Just making sure I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Christina's here. Good morning. Yes, fantasy football. We're getting down to the end of the season, or figuring out who's going to be making the playoffs. Yeah, big. And this week is, if you're an NFL fan, there's a bunch of buys, a bunch of teams that are off this week, so impacts the players that you have in your lineup for sure. Christina dropping links. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're going to hopefully have a guest on this morning, Steven, who is a founder of a collecting app, Collectionary. He's supposed to come on and talk a little bit about that app. It was an app I discovered through another YouTube channel, Otto Talks Comics. And there's just a new app, and they're trying to get some people to, take a look at it. So Steven's going to come on hopefully in a little while and talk about that. So I think his first time he's used StreamYard, so hopefully he'll figure it out. So Madam is here. Good morning, Madam. Madam, we gave away one of your books last night, your cosplay books. Where is it? I have it right here. We gave away one of the books, the Madam book, Halloween, and one of Madam's trading cards in the back. So I think Tony won that. Comiverse won that stack of books. So you were part of the celebration as well. Terry's here. Good morning. Well, afternoon. That's right. Afternoon for you. morning for us. But yeah, trying to think. I don't have a lot planned. Like I said, hopefully my guest is going to be on. We've got our end of the month giveaway to do. It's been a little while. We streamed the first of the month, or first weekend of the month, and then I've been on a little bit of a break. We're going to kind of do the same thing next month. I think I'm streaming. I have scheduled shows in the first Saturday or first Sunday, and then the last Sunday of December. So, and then actually I mentioned it last night. I'm going to be moving the stream back to Saturdays. So spoke to the other Saturday crew members, and Cliff and I, so I'm going to go back into the 10 a.m. time slot and alternate. So Cliff and I will be alternating Saturdays. So that'll be starting in the new year. So yeah, looking forward to that. Just want to keep the live stream going. But some changes in work schedule for my wife. She's been off on Saturdays, and so that's why I moved it to Sundays, but now she'll have Sunday off. So that's why I'm moving it back to Saturdays. So, so just a little, scheduling change for the new year. And actually we'll be kicking off a new show too. We're going to retire, believe it or not, we're going to retire Breakfast with Brian. We could bring it back from time to time, but we're going to start a new show and bring some guests on and people just to kind of hang out and make it more of kind of just a hangout stream, talk comics or whatever the topic may be for the week. So that's the plan right now for the new year, which I can't believe is already here. Right, we got Thanksgiving week this week, and then it'll be the mad dash to Christmas and New Year's. So, yeah, I think so. I think I know there was a lot of people when I moved from Saturday to Sunday that couldn't really, a lot of people church or whatever it may be, they have plans on Sunday mornings. So there was a lot of people that couldn't really hang out. So looking forward to being back on Saturday. So hopefully we'll pick up some folks. That's right. Brunch. I considered the whole breakfast theme, when looking at the new show, but yeah, I think we're gonna switch it up a little bit, Mark, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be having, I think, guest on is always good because then I don't have to, second lunch with Brian. I don't have to, sometimes I don't come in very prepared and we kind of just, decide, talk about what's happening, in the chat and things like that. So always having guests on, like last night, the live stream with the crew, with Cliff and everybody, it just, the stream just had a mind of its own. It kind of took off. So 39. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're in the countdown mode right now, Phil, for sure. Let's see. Yeah. The Cliff. If you haven't, just go back and watch a little bit of it. The Cliff hugging thing. Cliff was at a con yesterday with the Council of Comics and Izzyverse, and DJ Lynx was there. And actually, Cliff posted a clip up on Instagram where he hugged DJ Lynx and lifted him off the ground, and it was just that conversation and hugging turned into like an hour and a half of comedy last night. So pretty funny stuff. but definitely go check that out. If you at least just go check out Cliff's Instagram, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So, Mark is here. Good morning. Appreciate you. Yeah, the to-do list. I know that. I think we're going to be after the stream this morning. I got Christmas lights. Got to hang the Christmas lights, or at least get them situated. So that's my plan, and then hopefully watch a little football in between as well. So, Christina's got Cliff's IG. Yeah, you definitely need to go see his hugging of Mr. DJ Links and Mrs. DJ Links. It was it was pretty funny to do. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be doing some laundry too, getting ready for the week, right? That's always yeah, gotta have clean clothes for the week, right? Let me see. I need to let me just check in on see if my guest emailed me or sent me a. Nope, I think he was supposed to pop in around 10. So, and let's see. I am underprepared for our end of the month giveaway too. So we'll have to do that after our guest comes on, and we'll pick our books and do that stuff. But yeah, and one of the big things from last night too was 22 Comics was about 15 subs away from 1,000. See a dog running by out my window. 22 Comics was 22 Comics. I happen to have his sticker right here. Was about 15 subs away from 1,000, and he hit the 1,000. We shared it out. A bunch of people posted it up on Instagram, and so he was able to hit 1K. So that was really cool that he was able to do that. We were able to help him get to 1K during the show last night. So, yeah, I watched the last two shows I really watched were Penguin and Agatha. So I watched Agatha with my wife. She really enjoyed it. And I guess for me, I thought it wasn't bad. And the fact that it was during Halloween or during October that they released that series, I thought that was really, with the whole witches theme, I thought that was done really well and good timing on Marvel's part to have that out during, the Halloween season. Thought that was really done. And Penguin was excellent, well acted. It could have very easily have been a movie the way it was shot. It had a film quality to it, very well acted, and a little bit of a twist at the end that I didn't see coming, and the fact that it's a superhero based storyline, but there was really it was all street level stuff. It was kind of gang stuff. It kind of reminded me a little bit of The Sopranos, where it was a gang type thing, right? You had competing families, trying to take over the city here. And so it really had that more drama feel and less, we didn't see Batman at all. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done. And that's the type of show I think that could cross across audiences, because you don't have to necessarily be a comic book fan, a Batman fan to really get into the Penguin series. So I thought that was really, really well done. And, I guess they're not planning on doing a season 2, but they are, they're not doing a season 2, but they are planning, I guess, Colin Farrell will be in Batman, the sequels of the Batman movies. So pretty interesting. So our lights go up through New Year's. Yeah. Yeah. We usually do right around Thanksgiving's kind of our, the weekend of Thanksgiving. So I don't know if I'm going to actually put the lights up today. Probably I might get them ready, get them staged, make sure I have everything I need, and then maybe put them up next weekend. But yeah, we kind of don't want to I mean, we had people, neighbors in our neighborhood put up their lights like the day after Halloween, November 1st, which for me is a little too early. But I mean, Thanksgiving is late this month, this year. It's late in the month. So, yeah, Mike, I know Mike is only 60, right? Last I checked, I think you were at 939. So that's really good. I know Cliff was at like close to 900. So yeah, it's good to see everybody hitting these milestones. Really good stuff. So yeah, like I said, I think Marvel really did it right from the timing of it. I think that was the key for that show. Gene is here. Good morning, Gene. Gene was hanging out with us last night. Yes. It certainly, Penguin was certainly, I just didn't see it coming the way they were, building things up within the show. So, yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that, because of the, how well the Penguin did, that they could bring back, and do a season 2. But I know Colin Farrell had said he didn't enjoy getting into the makeup. It took, hours to get him ready to be able to shoot. So we'll see if he wants to go through that again. So Trev is here. Good morning, Trev. Appreciate you being here. I know you were hanging out with Mike last night. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, he was really good, right? And I'm sure they'll be talking, Emmys, right? Emmys TV, for potentially for that show. Like I said, I thought it was really well acted. So, but yeah, I haven't watched, pretty much finished The Penguin, and then really haven't picked up any other series right now. So, yeah, let me check, see if he emailed me. Nothing yet. He is on the West Coast, so he could be just waking up. Let's see. David's here. Very nice. Yeah, we're hosting at our house this year. We've got my wife's family coming over, our children, and we've got some extended couple friends that didn't have plans, so we invited everybody over. So we're gonna have I think we're gonna have about 15 people over for Thanksgiving. So looking forward to that. Marcus is here. Marcus, the big guest on Only Slabs yesterday, that was a really good job over there. Showed off some nice slabs, and the fact that he got some bonus points for me. His last slab that he showed was Amazing Spider-Man number 300. So extra special points for that, Marcus. Bleeker's here. Bleeker is live this morning at following our show at like 10:45. So definitely go check him out. There'll be a big hangout that goes on for hours this morning. So yeah, Wicked. I've never seen that live. My wife and daughter have seen it on, and I think my wife went with her sister and her mother. So they've seen it on Broadway, and really enjoyed it. So pretty interesting. All right, I think we have our guest with us. Let's bring him on. Steve, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys
doing?
How
are you? Thanks for getting up early.
I'm still asleep.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. We've been chatting, emailing back and forth for a couple months now. So
yeah. But it's
finally able to make it happen.
Yes. I'm. And by the way, I don't know if you got the mystery box. Was that a good one?
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes, I did. I did. Thank you. Yes. So I had found you and the app Collectionary through Otto Talks Comics.
That's right.
Otto's got a great channel. He's on a little bit of a break now. He just graduated high school and went off
Right,
to
in college
college.
now. Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah. So we've been talking for a little while, and we wanted to kind of introduce my audience to to your app. And so, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about
Yeah.
the app? And I actually have a video we can play. I did a screenshot on my phone of the app, so we can show it off. But why don't you tell everybody a little bit about it?
Excellent. I really appreciate you doing that. So yeah, Otto and I met because we both live out here in the San Francisco area, and there's a great shop up called Mission Comics, and I went there and they let me set up a display to show people what the app is like. And what I was doing is I was demoing it to people there, trying to get them to help me get some more feedback about it. And what it is it's kind of a Swiss Army knife app is how I look at it. So I work in the mobile space for a long time. A couple of friends and I are all collectors, and we thought, we could bring something a little bit new and different. And so the goal was to try to make one app that you carry around with you that tracks everything you have and helps you find what you want and allows you to price your stuff and allows you to put notes in there. And the key thing that I thought was missing was no one was using visual search at the time. So we were one of the first people to actually bring visual search into mobile apps. So that way you're at a shop, you're at a garage, you're at an estate sale, you're at your local comic shop, you're at a convention, and you go, well, I want this book. First of all, do I already have it? Maybe I already bought it, so I can double check quickly. If I don't have it, well, what are people selling it for these days? What's it worth? So quickly look up prices and do that all by just pointing your camera at the item, and then the app knows exactly you're talking about this particular book and this particular even variant of that book right away. So the visual search is kind of one of the key things that we've put into it that I think makes a big difference. And then the other big thing that we've started to do, and we've been trying to do this in a bunch of different ways, is to make it easy for people to find if they like buying things online. And I tend to not buy too much stuff online, but if you like buying stuff online, we are helping you actually find those books, know what they're priced at, what they're graded at, to give you a sorted list. And if you're shopping eBay and you're trying to do that stuff and you want to know, well, what's the best price I can get this thing for? You can see it there. And if it's not there, you can also put it on your, what we call a seeking list. And that seeking list lets people basically create a shopping assistant, their own, I wanted to call it the Watcher, but maybe someone would be upset if I did. But it basically watches eBay and says, hey, when we find the book that you're looking for and it's at the price that you want and at the grade you want, then we'll send you a push notification so you know about it and can grab it before someone else does.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that in the app. And so I know you have an integration. I guess you're pulling some information from eBay. Are you
That's
integrated with anybody else or just eBay?
So now Things from Another World is in there as well. We're thinking about pulling stuff in from Amazon, although they really, they don't really even tell you grades of books there. But some people are buying from eBay. My wife actually put some stuff on eBay when I get some collections. I'm like, I think I want to keep these, but I don't want those. And she'll post on eBay. I'm like, no one's going to buy on eBay. And people buy things on eBay too. So we're thinking about putting eBay in, and we're even talking with Heritage Auctions. So we'll see if that comes together.
Okay. Well, here, let me show this, and I think we can talk over it. So this is just from my phone. I did a quick search on Amazing Spider-Man 55.
Excellent.
So you can see it comes up. There's obviously a couple different versions. I was looking for the original volume 1, and it has all of the, you can see all of the, information about the book, who the artist was, writer, great visual of the cover as well.
Yeah, and you can zoom in on that. And if you want to see who did the credits, we also have cover credits in that the details you're looking at. There was a price chart that's in place. You can look at. We put a couple different buckets in there, so you can kind of get a gauge of what's the high value books. And this is actually the app currently looking at every book that eBay's told us is for sale that we've double checked is that exact cover. And then we look to make sure that book is still available. Oh, in that case, it wasn't, huh?
That one was sold. Yeah. So that was a listing that was sold. And now this is the seek list, right? So you can put in a value or maybe a grade, or I just selected any. And so, so it seems to allow notifications.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And this is the main screen. You do everything here. Add things to your collection from this page, put in your want list, put in your seeking list. And did you happen to see that there is a series cover grid view? If you would tap the actual title of Amazing Spider-Man on that page, on that issue
Okay.
details page. Good morning, Steve. It'll bring up every cover that it'll start at the cover you're at, and it has them all in numerical order. So if you're looking for the direct edition or the newsstand edition or some variant edition, they're all there. You just scroll, and you can on that screen even say that one I own, that one I own, that one I want, and this one I want to put on my seeking list. You can do that all from that one screen. So we try to make it. One of the things, it's a lot of the UI out there is kind of tough to manage stuff and add things to your collection. We're trying to make it so it's really, really easy and simple.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw that with using the app. No, so I've used, and I used today CLZ to
Ah,
kind
yeah.
of to manage the collection. It's only something I started probably about a year and a half ago because, like you had said, I'm out digging for books and I'm
Right.
trying to remember what I own already, what I have, and so having that on your phone is very handy to be able to look up and say, oh no, I already own that issue. But I need, these are the issues I need. So, or pricing too. Am I getting a good deal? Uh,
Exactly.
because sometimes things, I've seen, books at cons be, overpriced or underpriced. So they're
Oh
kind
yeah.
of all over the place.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Right. That's the key thing. Like I don't really know all the prices of all the books. Right. It's not our day job. It's our hobby. We're having
Right,
fun. We
right.
we may know some, but we don't know all of them. And you kind of randomly walk into, like, I was at a fair and this guy had a bunch of books. I'm like, oh, I didn't even expect there to be any books here. And I was looking for some stuff, and he had a few. I'm like, oh, but is that a $5 book or a $50 book? Just to
Right.
even get a ballpark sense of it really quickly and easily. And to be able to do that with your phone is, I think, that's the whole point, right? Like, to just make it.
Yeah, no, because I've seen other collectors at shows with like a spreadsheet or like a
Yeah.
laptop. I've seen iPads. I've seen
Yeah,
it
yeah.
all.
I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, I don't. I'm gonna age myself here, but I mean, I used to sit in front of a typewriter before a convention and type out. Here's what I own. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. So I would actually have, like, I think I typed out every number from 1 to 500 on a typewriter, and then Xeroxed it so I could have, like, basically a full list, and I could check the ones I had and cross off the one. Oh my gosh.
Right.
So and I see guys still walking around with, they'll have something in, Google Sheets or Excel, and they'll
Right.
print
Yeah.
it out. And,
Spreadsheet. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he's folded it up and he's carrying it around. Like, yeah, how about having something a bit more convenient? I'm telling this
Yeah.
guy.
Because we're always right. Today we're carrying our phone everywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And and this idea of the seeker, I don't believe anyone else is really trying to do that, to really make it easy to say, look, like, I've got a good friend who's, we're both drooling over being able to get Silver Surfer #4, that iconic cover with Thor, and it's such a great book. I just want to own that one day, but that is not a cheap book. That is an
Right.
expensive book. But occasionally, if someone's looking to get rid of it, someone wants to do whatever the rest they're doing, they're like trying to upgrade to something else. So to have this app kind of tell me every time this thing hits underneath a certain price, oh, my price range, I'm willing to spend this much money. This is about it. And if it pops up something, oh, that's awesome. Let me go take a look at it more closely.
Right.
That's kind of one of the things that
Yeah.
we
No,
think.
that's a great feature. Now, Mike has a question. He said, does the app have access to find books on letterer, writer, artist? So
So I don't have that yet, but I just hired a new engineer, so that we can have it do things like the whole text search area. It says text search as well as visual search. The text search basically is very simple now. You can talk about a title, you can talk about title and an issue together and pop directly to that. But I want to be able to put in everything. I'm going to make it. This guy is an AI guy. And the whole idea is to be able to talk kind of the way we would talk about a book, not to say volume 2, first edition was 1943. Like, it's so difficult to kind of define what you're talking about.
right.
Talk more plainly, and it'll decipher what it is you're looking to. So I want to find all, like, if I collect mostly artists and a bit more writers now, but I used to love John Byrne and Neil Adams and those guys. And I like, what is a book that John Byrne wrote, penciled, and inked? Be able to put that in and have it give me a full checklist, and that's what I'm looking to build next year and put in.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. So that's a great question, and not in there today, but that's definitely like the top goal for next year.
And you can use, right? You do have the ability to barcode scan, right?
You know what? We didn't because we put in visual search, but I've had a number of people tell me that we should. So I think we're going to do it. The reason why we didn't was because, a lot of the old books don't even have barcodes. And a lot of the barcodes that you scan, there's more than one book that matches it. So we thought,
That's
well,
true,
we're gonna match the whole cover. But I think we should have the barcode. It'll just be another. People are comfortable with it. People like it, so we'll probably have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the other thing too, right? So you're going to offer up. You're looking to get some feedback from the audience, people that use the app and what other apps they're using. So I have it down in the description of the video or today's live stream. If you email Steve at info@collectionary.net, and he's looking for 2 pieces of information, how you track your collection today. Would you use another app? Do you use spreadsheet? How do you do that? Well, how do you track it? And then do you buy books online, right? eBay or where are you buying your books online?
Yeah. So we'd love to get the feedback because I've said this in the beginning and the app always says it, like, if you're something you love, please tell us. And that's how we've been building the app and building new features in. Like, we didn't originally have multiple copies in there. I didn't think that was too critical, but it turns out a lot of people have, more than one copy. They have one that they read and one that they don't want to ever touch. So after enough people said, hey, I want to have that, we built it into place. So one of the things I'm really trying to do is to make sure that we're building whatever it is, those features that people care about the most. So that's what we're trying to get more feedback.
Okay. But
so I appreciate you.
If you provide that feedback to Steve, he's going to send you a little thank you, a little mystery box of comics.
Yes, absolutely. So please join, give it a try. If you and as Brian said, if you have something else you're using, that's perfectly fine. I'm not looking to convince you to switch to something else. I'm just kind of looking to get a reality check that says, hey, you guys do well here, but you guys need to beef up your game here.
Yeah. No, yeah, and this is definitely, there's a good amount of, people on YouTube, in the YouTube community, comic book community, that I'm sure will, certainly provide you with some feedback. So, and I'm always looking for an app. That's the thing. Now, there's no cost, right? Your app is free.
Yeah. So the app is actually freemium. So the visual search and all the stuff, most of everything you've talked about, except for the secret feature, are all free. And then for the subscription, you get the secret piece and some other stuff.
Okay.
So that was another big piece of why we built the things. I was looking at what was out there. I'm like, wow, a lot of these apps are charging a lot of money. They're not giving you a lot of value.
Right, a lot of features, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Signatures. Durs says signatures are also tough to find sometimes as well on other apps.
Yeah. So the pinch and zoom on that cover image, we did that because I do it sometimes just for fun. It's like, I look at that book, I can often tell an artist by just looking at it, right? Those of us who love certain guys, you go, I can tell who that is. And zoom that in, and yep, that's exactly who it is. Yeah. And the plot summaries, and the character prints, like, I know you're a huge Spider-Man fan, so to be able to see, oh, he did make a guest appearance in this book, like I thought he did. That kind of stuff is also kind of nice to put in there, right?
Mike asks, will there be an easy access for app users to talk to creators and give feedback?
Oh, no, we don't actually, we don't really have a social element to it. And that'd be something that I'd really like to hear back about. We have the ability there's a little bit of a stats piece in there that we're building up right now. It lets you know how many books you have, which series you have the most books of, what's your most valuable book, and things like that. So there's a little bit, but it's not really very social. You can take that stat and post it to Facebook or to X or wherever, into email. But it's interesting. I've been trying to figure out where there might be a way for us to kind of, how would we want to interact with each other in the app? So if there are ideas, I'd love to hear them. Yeah,
let me see. Durs, maybe repost that. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss it. Was this the question here? Let me see. I use eBay to check prices, hundreds of books a day using the photo search, and it works great. But for rare books or lesser sold books, it's not always helpful. Does your app provide that information?
I use eBay.
For rare, or I guess lesser
Lesser
sold books
sold
that
books,
maybe are
let's see.
not that desirable, that may not be on eBay. I know I've done that sometimes where I've searched a particular book on eBay and there's no listings for it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, right now, I think that eBay does deliver almost all of our content, but this is the reason why I'm actually talking to Heritage. As I told them, I said, you guys will have the books that eBay doesn't. So look, that's exactly the reason why we beefed it up. Yeah, so when we get there, we'll be posting information about that too.
Okay, great. And do you have any plan? Like, what's the timeline when, how often does the app get updated? Things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of the guys have day jobs. Right? So
Yep.
so I get time from them whenever they're available. So we don't have a hard cadence on things. But if you look, the app gets updated, maybe 4 to 6 times a year. If we're 4 times a year. This year, our last one was, I think, a month ago. And that's when we just put in this multiple copies piece. We put in the ability for you to say, hey, this is actually a book that was slabbed, and it's an 8.5 from CBCS. CBS. So you can tap that and track those things that way. Those features, we kind of put those, again, push those down the line of listed things to do, but people kept wanting it, so we got it done.
Okay. So I guess based on feedback and
absolutely based on feedback,
priority items. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so why don't you? So what type of books do you collect? I know you mentioned Silver Surfer. I see you've got a Marvel shirt on.
Who's
your character?
So I am a huge Silver Surfer fan and a huge Vision fan.
Okay.
But it started out when I was a young kid. I was a fast kid, and so I loved the Flash, right? And and of course, the Flash, thankfully, didn't have a lot of key issues or whatever back then, so you could get a bunch of books all for 50 cents a piece or $1 a piece when you went to the convention. And so I had a massive Flash collection. That's how it all started. And then from Flash, it was like, so I was really a DC kid at first because I loved Green Lantern as well. But then one day, I just my uncle, who was also had a bunch of books I'd never seen before, Defenders, and what is all this stuff? So I switched over to Marvel, and so my collection is pretty broad. And like I said, I really do collect artists more than anything else. So and John Byrne, I think the guy's just a phenomenal artist. Sometimes as a writer, he goes off the deep end, if you ask me. But there's some new guys out there that there's so many talented artists now. The woman who does Saga, Fiona Staples, she's amazing. A whole different style from what I'm used to. John Byrne and Neil Adams, they're all kind of similar. And you get to like Barry Windsor Smith, who has a very unique kind of over-the-top style of his own. Like, those guys are great, but Fiona has her own flavor. That's just, it's so great. I really do find that for me, I have a buddy who, actually the co-founder of Collectionary, his name is Art, and he and I would always argue because I thought, dude, it's about the art, and he's like, no, it's about the stories, and the truth is, it's about both, of course. But he was right. Like, I didn't give enough value to the story writer. Like, if the art's good, but the story's not taking you anywhere, it's still it doesn't really hold you.
Right.
So I'm starting to follow some writers, but that's kind of the new area for me.
Yeah, and I find it too. If the story could be good, but if the art isn't your style,
I can't do it.
It can be distracting, right?
Yeah.
And the story could be amazing, but I find, if the visuals don't grab me, then the story, it doesn't matter how good the story is. I could be distracted. So
yeah, like The Walking Dead, I think is a perfect example, right? I had a buddy who was, Walking Dead is a great story. It's an absolutely wonderful story to the point where, right, the thing got on TV, but he's showing it to me, and I'm like, I can't do it with that art. I can't do it. So for me, it's got to be the whole package for sure.
Mark has a question. So he says, how often, so there's a lot of new, obviously, right? New comic book day every week, new comics coming in. So how frequently does that inventory get updated?
Yeah. So that's another thing I should have mentioned. So we update the index of books every month, and the visual searches used to be much more haphazard. It was very difficult to do, but we've modified that and made that much better, so it'll keep up and be in sync. The thing that I will say is a bit of a shortcoming, right? Just to speak very honestly about it, is that we don't have every cover. And so the visual search will fall apart on the newer books because we won't have the new cover right away. We kind of get that as users hand them in. So it's kind of much more organic.
Okay.
But if the cover's there, now, going forward, the visual search should be up to date with it. And with Things from Another World, for those people who don't know, those guys actually pre-sell. So this is great for if you want to get a variant book before, like, you used to go to the shop and it'd be gone, or they never got one. So if we get really tied in with Things from Another World more tightly, I want to actually get covers from them and allow people to buy the books before they go live, or so you can actually know about it. The day that you go to the store and you bring it home, the cover is there. You can just go ahead and put it in. So let me try to restate this. We'll know about the book, but we may not know about the cover. That's the rub that's the thing we're trying to solve, is to get the cover so people can buy things that day and search for it if they want to that day.
And it's a little bit more challenging today, right? Because there's so many variant covers as well.
Oh my God. And right, one of the reasons why visual search really works, right? Because you talk about, I want Saga #1. Well, which cover from Saga #1 do you want, right? Yeah, exactly. Android version.
Got a question.
Yeah.
Android, is there an Android version or only Apple?
Yeah, we want to do an Android version. We're trying to get the funding to do that Android version, but for right now, it's only iOS, unfortunately. Because I know half the world is going to be all sad about that. I know. I've got a couple of buddies who are like, when are you going to do it? I'm like, I know. I'm just trying to get enough money to do both.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a pretty good amount of iOS users out there, right? There's a pretty good base.
Yeah. We get, we're a little bit smaller team. I actually think Android is the bigger around the world, believe it or not. I was surprised.
It is? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Internationally, Android wins.
Okay. I didn't know that. I guess, yeah, maybe I'm just thinking stateside, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I think iOS definitely wins, right? Yeah.
Right.
Oh, no. See? Sorry.
So, Steve, anything else you want to mention about the app, or anything else you want to talk about?
One last thing I do want to bring up, which, again, in terms of feedback. So I mentioned AI being in there. OpenAI just opened up their custom store. So I don't know if you know, like a couple months ago, they allowed people to actually create their own ChatGPT. You can create ones for recipes, or create one for going to visit parks, or whatever one. I built one for comic book collectors. And just as someone was asking earlier, like if you wanted to find a book by a certain artist or something, can you do that? We don't have that built into the app today, but there is, and OpenAI has now made this available to everyone, this store. You can go look and search for collectionary there, and there will come up a way for you to have a conversation, an ongoing conversation about the things, things you're trying to discover. In this case, what is the first book where the beast turned blue and got furry? When did that happen? To be able to just ask that kind of question, that exists as a standalone thing on OpenAI. So I'd love for people to play with that and let us know, because we're trying to figure out what we need to add and where. If it's coming up short, I think it's pretty solid, but I'd like to have people kind of kick the tires and let us know. Right. That's out there. And it's a great tool. I have used it a couple times to find some stuff. Like I said, well, I like this artist and that artist. Who else would I like? And it can tell you other people who have a similar style or someone that's kind of in the same genre. That's awesome, right? I mean, I asked a little bit about Frank Frazetta, and it told me about the people who actually inspired Frank Frazetta. And I was like, I didn't even know. I thought he was like, one of a kind genius. Turns out, no, everyone has their inspiration, and here's who his inspirations were. So, go play and have fun with it.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
Brian, I really appreciate you letting me come out and talk about it. It's so nice of you. And if we get some new stuff out, I'd love to ping you and let you know about it, and then maybe we can show it to everyone.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Sounds like a great, and like I said, remember for the chat, download the app, iOS, provide some feedback, and you can email, and it's all in the description. I dropped the info at collectionary.net. You can email and provide your feedback, and like I said, Steve will send you some books. So appreciate it, Steve. Appreciate you getting up early to hang out with us this morning. So
all right, I appreciate you.
Have a great rest of your weekend.
All right, you too. Bye, guys.
Take care. So yeah, that was good to have Steve on and talk about it. I'll drop the like I said, it's in the description. He's looking for 2 pieces of information. What you use today to track your collection, and then whether you buy books online, eBay, where do you buy books? If you buy books online, Whatnot, eBay, my comic shop, whatever it may be, and just drop him a email and provide that feedback. And like I said, he'll send you a little mystery box, a little pack of books. So definitely, yeah, I found him via, like I said, Otto Talks Comics. Otto is on a little bit of a break. He actually just went to college. So, but it was Otto who kind of introduced me to the app. And so I wanted to, wanted to have Steve on to talk about it. So, you missed them last night. We had them last night, madam. But let me, we need to get to our, like I said, I am a little unprepared for our giveaway stuff. So let's get our hashtag going. I still got to pick some names from last live stream. Let's see, what are we going to do? What's going to be our, I'm looking for a hashtag. Let me spell it right. All right, let me share it. Where is it? There it is. So enter, right? I spelled it right. Yeah, Thanksgiving, end of the month giveaway. Oh, I should have. Yeah, that was a good one. More apps. Jimmy G's here. Good morning, Jimmy. Appreciate you being here. Let me see. I need to grab this list from last month's video. David P. Christina. So while everybody collects that, while we get some comments in for that, let me get my duck race set up. Everybody getting the hashtag in. Appreciate it. I am. I hate when I'm unprepared, when I didn't have the list together. David P. Christina. I'm working on the duck list. We can do that in a second here. Let's see, too. I'm going to be live. I think I'm going to be live tonight hanging out with Kingdom of Nerds. Bruce, I'm going to be hanging out with him. All of a sudden, I'm everywhere. And then next Friday, I'm going to be hanging out with MJ Comics, 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk comic book community awards and all kinds of stuff. All right, we got 14 out of 19 entered. Give everybody another second or two. And then we'll run this. See who's going to get a duck for the end of the month giveaway. And good luck, everybody. Who's it going to be? Circum. Marcus. All right. Let's put you on the pond. Congrats. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And now I got to let me share this. All right. I got to enter the names from last week. Where are they? There they are. So you got to bear with me while I type everybody's name out. Let's see. We got to add Kenneth. Kenneth B. Kenneth Bird gets a duck. Let's see. And Las Cruces gets a duck. And I know we had Couple Comics won a duck. And who else? Let me see. There was one other name. Let's see. Let me find it. Oh, God is great. He's got 2. God is great. Okay. So I think we got everybody. Let's, you know what to do? Let's do another hashtag. Where is it? Let's do another hashtag for today. All right, we'll give one more duck away. All right, we'll do, Joe. Let's see. Give everybody a couple seconds to get their duck me in. And then we got to pull some books. Zach, is Zach still here too? I know Zach was here earlier. Zach, I've got a Juggernaut cover I got to send you. All right, we got 12 entries out of 19 watching. Give everybody a couple seconds. Three, two, one. Good luck, everybody. Who's getting the last duck? Who's it going to be? Madam. Congrats, madam. Congrats. All right, let's go to the ducks now, and then we'll pick our books. So here's the list. I got David P., Christina, God is Great, Circumstance, Kenneth B., Las Cruces, Couple Comics, God is Great, Joe, Adventurous Joe, and Madam. Let's set this to 30. All right, let me make sure you guys can see that. All right, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Good luck. Who's it gonna be? Who's taking home the November comic books? Rod is here. Good morning, Rod. Boggs, Will, good morning. All right, we've got 10 seconds left. Circumstance out in front, but who's the Couple Comics Superman duck? Looks like he's going to take it. Couple Comics. Will. Congrats to Will. Let me write that down. Cuppy the winner. Let's pick him some books. We just reloaded the box. We had already picked 5 books from the first Sunday. We gotta pick 15 more books. So I'm gonna go right in the middle, and I'm gonna pick. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We'll go 4, and 5. I'm going to take the first 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to take the last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we'll see what Will is taking home. All right, let's see. We've got Batman, the Brave and the Bold, number 1. X-Men 2099. We've got Dark Knight. This is book 5. We've got the ducks are quacking in the background. I got to pick another book. We got a free comic book day, the Star Wars. Got Wolverine, number 1, Black, White, and Blood. The Joker. That's another free comic book day. We've got Bruce Wayne, Wayne Family Adventures. Oh, wow. We hit all of the free books here. I got to pick some more books out for him. The Long Halloween. This was one of the free trick or read books, I believe. Not the real one. The facsimile. We've got, oh, hey, there we go. Little Ghost Machine. Spider-Man Classics. Doctor Strange, number 7. Dark Reign, The List. Daredevil, number 1. Is this a one-shot? Not sure. X-Men Forever, number 2. Well, X-Men Forever 2, issue 1. And let's see, we had a couple free books, so let me pick out a couple more for Will. Let's see. Wow, I hit here we go. Onslaught, number 1, and we'll pick one more. Venom, no, that's a free book too. That's a trick or read. I'm going to pick him something else. I think I put all the free comic book day books in there. Monstrous, number 1. There we go. So there's the stack of books for Will. Congrats to Cupo Comics. Let's put some of these free books back. But yeah, looking at the time, let's see. We got a few other people joining us. Mike's here, Casino Comics. Good morning. Barry's here. Good morning. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, looking forward to Heroes again, Vogs. Think we're going to have a bigger crew there this year, so looking forward to that. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it. It'll be here before we know it. Back in, and it's not, what's good about Heroes this year, it's not Father's Day weekend, so, which is a good thing. All right, so we owe some dancing out. I know Jimmy G was here, so let's show off the LCS dancers for Jimmy.
You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who down with LCS?
All right. And for, let's see. Let me find it. For the ladies, we have this one. No, that's not the one they wanted. This is the one. Hold on, let me get the comments.
Thanks, Timu.
All right, I think we got all the well, we didn't show Dr. Von Hoot. We'll leave you with the dancing style of Dr. Von Hoot, but yes, if you look closely in that cowboy video, there is a number of community members. If you didn't realize it. All right, Madam is taking on a new career, it seems. But that's all I got for you today. Jump over to Bleecker Street. Church with Bleecker starts, if it hasn't started already, it's just about to start, so definitely go hang out over there. He's always got a good panel hanging out with him on a Sunday, and they go for a couple hours, so definitely go hang out with them. But hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a great Thanksgiving. And a big thank you again to everybody who came out last night to the 2K live stream, the entire panel, all of their generous giveaways as well. So really good stuff. And then go check out the Buc-ee's brisket. Yeah. Definitely go check out, the rest of the Sunday lineup, Bleecker Street, Council of Comics, at Week's End. No Sunday Night Live with Trev and Mike this week. They're taking a week off. But yeah, just go check out the rest of the Sunday lineup. Hope everybody has a great short week, and then happy Thanksgiving, spending time with family and friends. Really, hope you guys have a great week. And we'll leave you with the latest DVH dancing. Since we're doing this dancing thing. But thanks again for hanging out. We'll see you soon.
From the spiral dimension.